Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining. Our today's webinar topic is why go vertical? Keep up with Microsoft trends and grow your business faster. My name is Agneta. I work as a customer relationship manager at Sofo, and I will be moderating our today's webinar. Our presenter is Sofo partner manager Laura Kronoskaite, who is here with me today. Hi, Laura. Just a little
Hi,
house
everyone.
Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box in your GoToWebinar control panel. I will bring them up after the presentation during the Q&A session. After this webinar, we are going to organize one-on-one calls with every partner who wants to consult on how to expand the markets you are working in with the winning Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central add-ons. Laura, are you ready to start?
Yeah, Agneta. Okay, so I'm taking over and we will start the webinar now. So, hello, partners. Welcome everyone to today's webinar. So, first of all, I just want to know if you can hear me well. Just let me know in the chat window in case anything is wrong. So, I'm a partner manager at Software as Agneta mentioned, which is an ISV, a registered brand of the company Softera Baltic, which is located in Lithuania, working with industry-specific solutions since 2008. And I'm going to share our insights gained through the time on why it is significant for the partners like you to go vertical with ISVs to expand your business faster and make your customers happier. After the recent Microsoft Dynamics updates, it became clear that the only way for VARs to succeed is to either create their own verticals or start selling the existing ones. What is your strategy? So today I will try to help you make the decision. Today I will overlook the situation and talk more about the change that is here, why to go vertical, what might happen if you don't, what is a good ISP to work with, and we'll cover a few industry verticals that can help scale your business and address your clients with more focused offerings. And then we will have some time for Q&A. Think about the world 20 years ago. Actually, you don't need 20, probably 10 is enough. Have you ever thought that you will get more precise suggestions on what you need or what you might like to listen or watch than you thought you need yourself? In the last decade, artificial intelligence has gone from a science fiction dream to a critical part of our everyday lives. We use AI systems to interact with our phones and speakers for voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, and Google. Cars made by Tesla interpret and analyze their surroundings to intelligently drive themselves. Amazon monitors our browsing habits and then serves us products it thinks we'd like to buy. And even Google decides what results to give us based on our search activity. Or could you imagine that you will have a computer in your hand every day and it will fit your pocket? What about cloud technologies? What would have been your reaction 20 years ago if somebody would ask you to store your data somewhere called the cloud or pay monthly fee for a software with the possibilities to stop whenever you want? I bet you didn't think that it's gonna be the way as it is now. The fact is, nobody knows what the future will look like. It is all too easy to focus on one single trend, development, or incident, then extrapolate and jump to the wrong conclusion. The way we do business will be totally different in the future. But there comes a time when people have a feeling that changes in the air. We live in such a time. This is the impression we have gleaned from hundreds of conversations with partners, colleagues, and customers. They perceive that the way we do business will be dramatically different in the future. That's why we decided that it is a time for this webinar today. Think about where would you like to be in 5 years from now? Succeeding or failing and wondering what did you do wrong? With all the talks from Microsoft, many partners wonder whether to go vertical or not. I myself would advise you to don't even consider to go or not to go vertical. The question is why to go vertical. The simple answer would be to survive, but let's look at it a bit deeper. When you take an honest look at your business, how much of it is genuinely unique? Think about it for a while. If you're a Microsoft Dynamics partner competing against others in the channel, you can't claim the out-of-the-box software is unique. Many partners like to talk about their approach to implementing the software as being their unique selling proposition. We focus on a great user adoption, we are the seeded engagement guys, but if most care to look at their competitors' websites, they would realize everyone says more or less the same thing. Here's another one. Our people are unique. Yes, so are the people at my company. And they all have the same Microsoft qualifications you guys have. Plus, some of them have been in this game a long time too. We offer a great service. Good, I should hope so. But that isn't a unique seller proposition on which to hang your hat either. That's just a ticket to the party. Dictionaries tells us unique means something that is the only one of its kind, unlike anything else. But the truth is that there isn't much in today's saturated world of products and services that is unique. But let me get back to what's unique in my opinion a bit later. Microsoft has been pushing us to go vertical for several, if not tens of years by now. In my eyes, as a Dynamics partner, now you have two choices. A. Close your eyes and keep repeating that nothing is changing and don't worry about the future until it comes. Or B. Rethink your strategies having in mind the industries and Microsoft changes and be ready. Let me start with an A. What happens if you don't want to change anything and still do the projects as you were used to? Maybe nothing for the next 2-3 years, but even if you have many projects today, you might want to think that margins are shrinking. All of us know that. Customers are not willing to pay more for the projects with no specific know-how involved. By no specific, I mean just the standard NAV or Business Central supply chain management, distribution, etc. And with monthly subscription, they are willing to pay even less for the project too. This is how it should look like visually. If the cost for the license used to be like this, and the cost for the project used to be like this, and the difference in figures was not too big, and the customer was okay with that. But once the license cost gets much lower than the cost for the project, the customer will be hesitant to start the project at all. And that's the situation we see often in the last few years. We decreased the implementation time for software leasing from 9 to 12 months to 3 months, and customers still think it's a long and too expensive. And what will happen once the cloud offers become even more popular, while we still need to do the setup at pretty much the same level of cost as before? We all know busy is not too self-explanatory when you look at it for the first time, isn't it? So if you decided to change nothing in your business, think about it. If you choose B and decide to rethink your strategies, having in mind recent Microsoft trends and changes, you have two options too. You can start creating your own verticals or start looking at and working with already proved ones. If you decide to create your own vertical, there are a few things to think about. And first of all is investment. So you need to think about research and development, your product architect and people who will be working with the solution. You need to think about marketing. And actually, this is the weak part in many partner organizations. You need to think about your sales because our people are used to selling the big projects and now implementation should be fast and easy. You need to think about support, product support, also the partner support if you are selling through the partner channel. And unfortunately, the payback during year one will be pretty low. And in year two, you should have a little bit better payback, while the standard payback time is 4 to 5 years. So you might want to have some cover for the time you are exploring the market. The good thing for us at Software Baltic was that while we were building our add-ons, we could cover from the projects we were doing in Lithuania with just the standard NAV. So that's something to think about. That's why I will focus on going vertical with an ISV who has already proven add-ons in the market, since it's a more efficient option for today. And now is the time to go back to the question raised previously. What is unique? So here's my definition of what unique means in our world. It's the problem you solve for someone that is better than anyone else. And until you understand what that problem is, until you are getting into that hairy sticky mess of a problem so much that it's under your fingernails, you are only playing at it. The company that wins in the end is the one that crystallizes the problems the customer has, can articulate pain back to the client, and can present an elegant solution that costs less than the problem being solved. The challenge to you is to be able to efficiently gather together a group of people who can relate to the key problems you are describing. And that often means diving into an additional industry so that you can become the established player with a refreshingly new approach to solving problems they care about. Which brings us to industry verticals. They play a major role in Microsoft Dynamics world. And what really is a vertical solution? It's a solution pre-customized for the specific industry or type of business. You can avoid many of the challenges that often arise in complex customization projects in which the code is written from scratch. It is based on best practice in the industry, with many companies from the industry having contributed with their business knowledge. You can benefit from the solution faster. It's developed in cooperation with companies and partners in the industry. You are not alone when it comes to the further development of the solution, neither when it comes to investment nor functionality. Most often implemented by a partner who knows the industry. With industry knowledge, your partner can challenge your company's bad habits, which can lead to improvements you had not considered. And now I would like to learn how many of you have your own or are working with ISV verticals at the moment. You will see a poll in a second, and please choose your answer. Just one moment. Now you should be able to see the poll. So let's wait a few seconds. Good to know that you are already working with verticals. So, okay, now I will close the poll. So interesting, we have people who are have their own verticals and people who are working with other partners' verticals. Actually, it would be really interesting for me to learn about your experience with the working with vertical solutions, whether it's your own or other partners' solutions. So let us get back to the webinar. At Sephora in recent years, we started getting more inquiries from the partners all over the world for our NAV and Business Central-based solutions, software leasing and software real estate and software leasing, which I will talk a bit more a bit later. Partners started understanding that with a well-developed add-on, they will have less confusion during the project. As the implementation will go faster and smoother, they will gain a happier customer because the overall software solution will fit the customer's business better, and no headaches once it comes to a system upgrade. Top of mind concerns for customers have transformed over the past 10 years. What we see and hear from the partners, they are less dependent on traditional supplier relationships and are concerned about the time required to develop and implement custom solutions. Customers tend to focus very much on risk in recent years. So now solutions should be fast, they should be easy, they should be as low risk as possible. For example, software real estate solution is very easy to implement and learn. And just a couple of years ago, we have implemented the solution in the Kingdom of Bahrain in just 3 days, and that was on-prem case. Now the solution is available as on-prem, SaaS, and also as a cloud solution in the app stores, what means that it is even easier to implement. So as the software leasing solution, where implementation is quite easy and fast too. By partnering with ISVs, companies can rise to meet the changing needs of their customers in the following ways. Offerings are broad and cross many industries. Customizing solutions for each customer would be timely and expensive. You can bundle software and services to offer one single solution. The solutions that come from partnering have already been tried and tested, making them low risk to implement. And customers don't like to buy a cat in the bag. They want to see what they are buying before they are buying. From the experience working with the partners and their feedback, also Microsoft, I can distinguish top 5 benefits of working with an ISV. Meeting customer demand. What I mean by that, you as a partner can offer business-ready solutions, reduce time to value. Leveraging investments in marketing, technology, training, and support enables ISVs to deliver solutions based on consistent platforms and tools, which means you can grow your business faster. Increased revenue. According to the data from the Microsoft Partner Profitability Study, it's clear that not all revenue streams are equal. The solutions with package IP drive the largest gross margins, which often exceed 65%. Utilizing the cloud and ISV package solutions opens up revenue with substantially lower the price of investment. Verticals open new markets and sales opportunities that the VAR partner could not gain from without an industry-specific solution. Offer differentiated solutions. With many marketplaces emerging, it is important to differentiate yourself from the pack. Most competitor marketplaces do not have the level of support required to meet the ever-evolving customer demands. With the breadth and depth of the Microsoft ISV partner channel, your company is positioned to succeed. Strengthen customer relationships. Using ISV solutions to drive deep conversations with your customers can help you uncover additional needs and pain points. In order to sell to a customer working in a particular industry, the partner needs industry-specific knowledge, which they usually don't have. Here comes an ISV. ISV can pass on the concentrated know-how fast, so the partner can speak the customer's language and be able to complete the sale. It helps to become a trusted advisor to your customer. Also, by combining Microsoft offerings and innovative marketing technologies from ISVs, you can showcase yourself as the innovative and forward-thinking partner to the customer want to work with. Without any doubt, if you decide to go with ISVs, you want to make sure you choose the good one. So the question is, what is a good ISV? What you should look at? I try to find 5 ways to distinguish between reliable and non-reliable ISVs. So first criteria, solution is certified and has its own object range. Also, it should be ready for recent Microsoft trends. We had cases when solution was hard-coded into an EV and it would bring a lot of problems. Also, ISV has a solution in the app source. We get more and more inquiries from the app source, from the clients, also from the partners, also partners asking whether our products are in the app source. There are clear instructions on how to implement the solution, preferably by the partners themselves, because many ISVs just sell the products and do not want or do not do implementation. So it should be easy for you to implement yourself. For example, we at Sophor support our partners on the implementations. We have prepared the partner package with all the needed instructions, materials for the partner to start and implement. Also, ISV provides clear pricing and margin guidelines because we all know that Indonesia is different from US in terms of purchase power. ISV has a good marketing team. And the last but probably most important one is that ISV's team would be a pleasure to work with. Because once we were searching for a construction add-on to support our software real estate solution sale and faced that some ISVs did not reply at all, some replied after a week, and some even did not have any partner program. Talking about going vertical and good ISVs brings us to SOF4. So for the ones who doesn't know what is SOF4, SOF4 is an ISV, a registered brand of company called Softera Baltic, where we cover solutions for property management and financial markets. So for real estate for commercial property management, SOFA leasing for asset finance management, and SOFA leasing for lease accounting under IFRS 16 accounting standard. All solutions are certified for Microsoft Dynamics, meaning it was designed for a certain industry, it is easy to maintain and upgrade, it is constantly being developed. We usually have 2 releases per year of each product and is trusted and recommended by no less than 10 companies. So now I will talk a bit about our products. And software real estate solution for commercial property management, like office buildings, shopping centers, industrial spaces, mixed and untypical property management companies, like, for example, we have a customer who rents out buses that go on tours for concerts or parking lots, yachts. So solution covers all the main property management functionalities, starting with customer lease unit management to camp fees, sales management. Also, we have a self-service tenant portal for our customers. The other solution, SOFA leasing, solution for automotive equipment and real estate lending and asset finance companies. It supports all the financing concepts and covers the entire lease life cycle, starting with a quote creation to application and termination of the contract. I also have to mention another solution for financial market, SOFA factoring, which I will not be presenting today, for factoring companies. In short, selling of receivables. So in case you want to learn more about this solution or any other solution I talked today, just let me know after the webinar. And SOFA Leasing is a software solution for lease accounting under a new accounting standard, IFRS 16 and ASC 842 in US accounting standard, which requires lessees to recognize most leases on their balance sheets. All public and private companies are required to follow the new standards, but those with many leased assets will see the biggest impact. So Policy will help your customer's business to plan the transition to the IFRS 16, meaning calculate the impact and choose one of the transition options and stay compliant with the standard, meaning uploading new leases every month, letting the system calculate values, and don't allow GL transactions. If you decide to go vertical and think that Sophor would be a good start, let me know by dropping me an email and we will arrange a one-on-one call to discuss possible partnership and share our partner program with you. And to summarize what we talked about today, whether you decide to create your own vertical or go with what's already there, it is a worth to do a step because this is pretty obvious, but your business relies on the needs of your customer. 15 years ago, you could have served all of your clients with just one solution. That is not the case today. The more needs you serve, the more money you can make. By offering more than one solution, you are providing infinitely more value to your customer and you can charge them much more. Using ISV solutions to drive deep conversations with your customers can help you uncover additional needs and pain points. In order to sell to a customer in a specific industry, partner needs industry knowledge. And here, this is the place where partner can help. By combining Microsoft offerings and innovative marketing technologies from ISVs, you can showcase yourself as the innovative and forward-thinking partner. Also, ISV solutions are ready to use and have been tested. They have references, while customers don't want to be the so-called lab rat. So I would like you to ask yourself a question. How would your business be impacted if you could scale to meet niche market demands, provide innovative solutions, and outpace your competitors? So that's it for today. Thank you everyone for listening. My advice to you would be go vertical as fast as you can so your business would survive. And now we will have some time for Q&A.
All right, thank you, Laura, for the presentation. Just a little reminder that you can access the question box in the control panel on your right side. Okay, so first question, Edita asks, you mentioned that ISV partner has to have everything prepared. What is the case with SOF4?
Thank you, Edita, for the question. So, as I mentioned previously, we have a partner program where a partner can find all the details about pricing, about margins, products, and all the conditions, discounts if applied. Also, we have product packages prepared so that partner can learn solution easier, also easier implemented. After we sign the partnership agreement, we have sales training of each product, and also we provide technical trainings for the partners. So when it comes to the demos and implementations, we are also there to support the partners.
Thank you. Second question comes from Timothy. What are the biggest obstacles your new partners experience?
That's a good question. Thank you, Timothy, for the question. So actually, I would say it depends on the product because we have some partners who decide to work with the one product because they have knowledge about the industry. We have partners who take all the portfolio. So I could mention that the biggest obstacles, for example, for financial market products, SOFA leasing and SOFA LC. For SOFA leasing is that solution is quite complex and difficult to implement. So partners need support from our team in order to implement and complete the project successfully. And when it comes to SOFA LC, the solution is very easy to implement, but you need to have knowledge on IFRS 16 accounting standard. So here we go again. We have partner trainings and technical trainings, so we are there for the partners to support them. So I have to mention that we have partners who are there for both products actually, who just generate the leads and close the sale, and we do the implementation. But we have successful partners who started with our help with the first implementations, and now they are doing everything on their own.
All right, and one more question from Timothy. You mentioned that the IFRS 16 solution has 35 clients within the first year. How?
Actually, I mentioned in the slide that, yeah, it was in a year and a half. We just started with the SOFA LC solution in June 2019, 18, sorry, and the solution is regulatory. Probably that's why it's so big hit in the recent years. Yeah, it's our bestseller, and actually almost all the companies need that. So the one way to check actually what we say to the partners, you can check with your customers whether they need to report under that standard, and it's a very way and very easy way to get the clients and sell this add-ons, and it's an easy money. So for example, one of our partners from US, they started in the end of March and they already closed 8 deals. So that just shows that you need to take a very easy step and to check with your clients.
Thank you. And Terry asks, how often do you train partners?
Actually, it depends on the partner. Firstly, when we sign the partnership agreement, we have a sales training, so the partner can learn all the target audience, the ideal size of a typical customer, objections, and how to address that. And then we have a technical training. So actually, it very depends on the partner. Typically, the technical training is ordered when we have a first implementation, or not only first implementation, few first implementations. And when the partner feels comfortable, they can do it on their own. There are some partners who had technical training after a few times, after a few implementations, and when we do the new release and we add new functions, there's also a possibility that technical training might be needed to remind all the functionality and how to do that.
Thank you. And another question from Terry. How are you getting them excited to sell your vertical?
That's a very good question, Terry. So actually, partners are excited themselves uh, because those are really good add-ons. For example, with software real estate, of course, I'm just joking, but with software real estate, the solution is very easy to learn and implement. So it doesn't take very much time to do that. As with software leasing, the solution has very low competition. And with software leasing, as I mentioned, it has a very big potential now because it's a uh, regulatory solution. But the other thing is that we provide margin policy which is based on volume. So the more you sell, the bigger margin you get. So this works very much for the partners to be motivated. I hope that answers your question.
All right, thank you, Laura. Laura, and you have covered all the questions for today.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, so thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for the questions, and I have to mention one more time that if you decided to go with verticals, especially to start with software, just let me know after the webinar, and we can have one-on-one call and to discuss possible partnership and the next steps. So thank you one more time. And one more thing to add, after the webinar, you will get a follow-up email. So I would really appreciate if you can leave the feedback about the webinar and would let us know what topic would be of interest of you for the next session. So thank you in advance.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Thank you all for your participation today. And just a second. Yes, thank you, Robert. Robert says thank you so much for your time and knowledge. Thank you for your nice feedback, and thank you all for attending today. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you and bye-bye.